Welcome to Venture. I'm GM Goblin, your GM Goblin. And today, I'm going to help out those of you that might be looking at either trying Pathfinder in 2025, or you're looking for a new TTRPG and you've never been around Pathfinder. So, for the most part, this is going to be about how to play Pathfinder for free. And this is outside of the free way that I used to play, like second edition, way back when. But that's another story. So in 2025, all of us like to spend money on our hobbies, but sometimes getting into something new, like transferring from D&D or any other TTRPG or trying out a TTRPG can be kind of daunting. Having to buy all the books and everything, and they can be kind of pricey. Well, I'm here to help you out because Pathfinder second edition is the same way, but Pathfinder first edition has all the rules you need to play free online. What do I mean by that? So they have open rules for all their classes. This is D20 PFSRD. This is one of the ones I probably use the most, and you've seen it in any of my videos. There's another one that's Archives of Nethys, aonprd.com. And it has second edition, like I said, first edition, and Starfinder, which is kind of their space age knockoff where they wanted to take into outer space. I haven't got my players to play it a whole lot yet. Last game I had to invent Spelljammers for them. So, but maybe next time I'll get them to try something a little more techy. And these are very much the same. They provide you with all the rules that you need. There's a few things that you might find better when it comes to the content layout. And I don't know, there might be one or two things that are either organized better or that maybe one or the other missed. I prefer this one, maybe because I'm old and I like the layout for D20 PFSRD, but also for things like this. This is just a quick example I found, but it's Monkey Goblin 10 RP, just grabbed a race. You can have the exact same thing on Archives of Nethys. And it says bestiary and everything on it, so you know where to go. But down here at the bottom, where it's got the copyright notice, it gives me the year. It gives me the publishing. And if I didn't know that Inner C was where it was sourced from, maybe I wouldn't know that it was not third party. And there is third party stuff on PFSRD. There's some. So I like it. It's usually always labeled, but I like how the copyright is. And so sometimes when I look up stuff and I pull from my VTT, I can use them to cite where I need to find it. But you can get all the rules and all the classes and all the races all at your fingertips in detail. So Pathfinder is a great way to be able to get into it totally for free. You can use these sites and use nothing else, play your own world, your own campaign. You're done. Sit down with some friends that you're going to have to find yourself and just have at it. That's what we used to do. Pathfinder Wiki is a great way for any kind of history you have with it. Another thing that I have done that I used in a recent campaign for me was I actually hooked up my chat GPT and forced it to source only from this wiki so that I could have it cross-reference the site specifically for just information, and I could narrow down dates so that I didn't pull out any information that was too far in advance for our current campaign that we're in, which was Mummy's Mask. If you're worried about playing an adventure, then you can go and find a few of these adventure paths. Usually you're going to be looking at something that is a one-shot or takes you through a couple levels, but they've got them out either on Pathfinder Infinite, and you can get some extra material for them that is totally free. You're going to have to look around for it. It's going to have a lot of stuff with Pathfinder 2, and then, of course, very small paid content, being that a lot of people sell their adventures on here. I would probably sell a few of mine if I would actually decide to put them all from notes to actual PDF. But they also have tons of things if you run a virtual table, or if you have a screen that you can show to your players, you've got all the virtual art. And I know we all have Google, but there's lots of these that was designed specifically with Pathfinder in mind. And Paizo themselves have lists of free materials. Here's some, and Weeby Goblins are great things to not only play with kids or younger adults, and to get people into the game. It's funny, it's wacky. You get to play goblins, and there's some other adventure paths or some other adventures that they have that are free, that'll let you test out levels, that'll let you test out the system. And that's just on the standard Paizo website. Another thing you can do is if you're worrying about building characters. Now, I used to use this a while back. I believe this is only on Android, but it's Pathfinder 1E Builder. And you can pop this on your phone, build you characters, and if I remember right, it does pretty good from what it used to be. My first introduction when I did 5E years and years ago with the current group that I'm playing Pathfinder with for so long, we started on 5E and I played from my phone. Now, we were also in the mountains of Washington when we started playing this. I'm not sure how, but that's just how it started. So, I mean, it was a great way to be able to have this, and it's a totally free tool. Another thing you can use online, I know a lot of people like tables. My wife loves random generator, this and that. That's not really my cup of tea, but Don Juan has got some stuff for multiple settings, and Pathfinder's one of them. When it comes to random generators, I believe I've shown this before, when it comes to a dungeon generator, if you wanted a flat map that you could project or do something with real quick, then Don Juan's got it there. You can also use it for treasure generator or a quick encounter generator. Give it the settings you need and go for it. And if you're wanting to grab some characters, Juneberry Journal, Weebly, I've used this just by looking up CR calculator for the longest time. And it's just a way for you to punch in, make it easy for newer GMs or people that are not comfortable with creating their own encounters to see how deadly of an encounter you're making for your party. Now, as I said before, with adventure paths and with modules, you're going to be able to find, I did a quick search and I came up with this, and it is just an adventure that somebody made to go along with Mummy's Mask, and they posted it up for free. And you can find these on the internet, little short adventures. Another thing that you can do, look at older content. So Pathfinder stems from 3.5, and you can use 3.5 content, and there's a lot of 3.5 content out there that you can get that's free as well. You can have some of this stuff, which is Paizo printed stuff from before Pathfinder was even separate, and it's just out on, this is Pathfinder RPG freebies on rpggeek.com. So they have those. You can go look at Dragon's Foot in the forums listing, and they have tons old content that can be ported over, especially if you're more adventurous and you're more comfortable with the monsters and how Pathfinder works. Then you can take all these old systems like first, or in my case, second edition adventures when we started out with stuff, and port it over to Pathfinder and play with your friends. They have lists of third edition stuff down here, and you can get stuff from Dragons Magazine and from 3.5 all over the place. Quick search on Reddit, and you can get anything from help and assistance when it comes to your sheets you're using, when it comes to quick start guides. So it's just an easy thing for you to find all the material you need to play. And they do have some character generators that are going to be really good that you can sign up for when it comes to it. And maybe you can even grab that free trial, make you a bunch of characters. But it's an easy way to get into Pathfinder in 2025 and not have to spend a dime until you're ready to support the hobby that you found and that you love, or getting people into it. If you're more digital like I am with everything, I even have templates for Notion that I have up on Gumroad. And I've got videos about them when I first started this channel. And it shows how I laid everything out so that I use these for pretty much every one of my characters. And I don't use a lot of the aspects of them because I have this thing set up so that I can basically control a character from here. Label and create new tabs, punch in everything that the item needs, and it'll automatically give my CMD and everything according to the rules. I had to do a bunch of coding with things when I went through this. I think I go through that in the video. But mostly, since I use VTTs for everything, I use this for journals, for keeping track of spell lists, not with this character, but keeping track of journals and histories and items and builds. And then it's just an easy way for me to keep everything all together. And of course, if you use Notion, all my others I have at least $1 charge on, but if you're just a player, I have a free player dashboard, and it'll give you most everything there, how I set up and how I keep track of everything as a player. It's got its own journal system for every single character, but I use it for keeping track of my at-home games, even though I use a VTT, because it's a free resource that I have when it comes to templates that are allowed to let me organize everything for my players. And then, VTTs. Now this is Foundry, and it's my preferred. So obviously it's a paid system. And so I keep tons of characters in here, but my second is going to be just Roll20. Roll20 is still awesome. It's still going to be usable for anything you need, and it works great. I prefer Foundry because of all the options to it, but it's also free. So you can use Roll20 and keep your characters in. I play home games, and to keep things digital and to make things easier for my players whenever they come here, I have them put their characters on Roll20. And we just add everything individually, or I have a 5e game where we have purchase content that's on Roll20. And so they just use their character sheets on that. They pull up a tablet or a phone or pull up their computer, and it's a free way for them to be able to keep track and have their character sheets and be able to play the game. Everything the way it is. There's an easy way to get you into a new hobby. New and easy way to get all your friends into it as well. Enough free content, enough free rules out there to go out, play Pathfinder, just like the rest of us. Join in, hop on the Pathfinder RPG forums if you have any questions, if you're looking for any builds. Leave questions and comments down below, and I can make some builds for it. I have a few more builds coming up, as well as I need to make my next chapter for the Mummy's Mask, for it being done. By the way, there's plenty of content out there. There's lots of help. You can just do it all from scratch with the rules that are free for you. By the way, enjoy your game. Let the dice roll.